And the Warriors and Trailblazers also, that game is tonight.
7:30.
And much like I saved the best game, a lot of people might say that this is the best game on this side. But the Spurs and the Thunder, that's me right there. So the Spurs are my squad. And so you said you got the Spurs in 7? 6? I got the Spurs in 6. Golden State, I'll take Golden State in 5.
4.
Because they just mollywopped them, dude, and they didn't have anybody.
Curry's the other one hurt. They got everybody still. They got Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Klay Thompson, man. Come on.
I know, but still.
Sean Livingston.
Curry is everything to them, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. What a try. Ben Bishop's a beast. Should be 2-0 Islanders. But, yeah, Warriors in 4. Damian Lillard might put up a fight, actually, and give him a game.
So who do you think advances in both? Let's go back to NHL real fast. Who do you think it's going to be in...
well, Sharks are up 2-0.
In the championship games.
Should be Sharks and Blues. And then, actually, the Stars got the higher seeding and Tyler Sagan's coming back series time. I'll go with Dallas.
I'm going to take Islanders and the Penguins, and then I'm going to take the Blues and the Sharks.
I got Lightning, Penguins, and Stars, Sharks. Well, actually, my prediction before... I got to go back again because my prediction before the playoffs was Blues. I'm not going to go with the Stars. I just want them to win because Niemi used to be the Sharks goalie, and I think they could take care of them easier.
Okay, and then I'm going to take the Cavs and Miami, and then I'm going to take the Warriors and the Spurs.
I'm taking the Cavs and Toronto. Warriors, Spurs as well.
All right, so let's go to the MMA. UFC Fight Night 87.
You made your shit picks. Now it's time to make mine?
Yep.
All right.
Heather Jo Clark is 7-4, going against Carolina Kowalkiewicz. And I probably just butchered that name.
Yeah, I can tell you.
In the 115 pounds, but she's undefeated, and I'm actually going to take her because she's she's bigger than Heather Jo Clark.
All right.
So I'm going to take Carolina Kowalkiewicz or whatever.
She's undefeated.
Kowalkiewicz.
This is called the shit pick, so we're going to go with Heather Jo Clark just because I'm going to go for the underdog.
Okay, Nikita Krylov versus Francimar Barroso. Francimar Barroso, he's 18-4, and Nikita Krylov is 19-4, and this is in the light heavyweight 205 division. I got Nikita Krylov.
Me too.
All right. So you're gonna piggyback on that one. Jermaine Durandamy versus Anna Elmos. Anna Elmos is 3-0, and Jermaine Durandamy is 5-3, and this is in the 135 women's division, and I got Jermaine Durandamy.
Go Anna. She's undefeated. Let's go, bitch. Wait, what?
Okay, and the next fight on the UFC Fight Night 87 main card is Albert Tumenov versus Gunnar Nelson.
Did you say
Gunnar Nelson trains with one Conor McGillicuddy.
Oh, shit.
14-2-1, and Albert Tumenov is 17-2, and this is in the 170 weight class.
Did you say Albert two my loss? There are 2 losses?
Yep, 17-2, and Gunnar Nelson is 14-2.
I butchered that pun joke. It wasn't very punny, if you know what I mean.
No, it wasn't.
I'm gonna go with Tumenov just because you said the other guy works with McGregor. So
okay, you're going with 17 and Tumenov, and I'm going to take Gunnar Nelson. This is Gunnar Nelson's last hurrah. If he can't get the win streak going, he'll never be champion. So. Antonio Bigfoot Silva versus Stefan Scott Scraper Struve. Struve is 30-8. and he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that.
And
Antonio Silva has gigantorism, and you can't teach that. 19-8 versus 30-8.
I'm gonna go with Silva.
I'm gonna take Stefan Struve, but Antonio Silva has a very, very good chance at knocking out Stefan Struve.
Ooh.
This is in the heavyweight weight class, and this is why I was trying to tell you, bro. There's some really good fights because the main event of the evening is Alistair Overeem versus Andre Arlovski. 25-11. Alistair Overeem 40-14. This is also the heavyweight weight class. So Alistair Overeem is probably the favorite, but I'm going to take Arlovski, former UFC heavyweight champion, beaten everybody and fought in everybody. And I'm just, I'm going straight hard on that one. He does not have a legit shot, so there's that. And in case you were wondering, the Islanders just scored.
No, they didn't. I'm going with Overeem, and yeah, I was going to call pause, but I let you do what you had to do there. Brian Boyle of the Lightning was just inside Thomas Grice, I think, his blue paint. The puck was coming down from, looked like 10, 15 feet in the air, and Brian Boyle hit it with a high stick. It went from above the crossbar. I think the puck was already completely across the line before one of the Islanders' defensemen freaked out and tried to knock it out, and he ended up putting it in. But the funny thing is, Brian Boyle touched it with a high stick. If the puck was still on the line, I guess it is no goal.
It is a goal?
No goal on a high stick?
Or goal?
I don't know. I just saw a high stick called. I don't know if that means goal or no goal, or if it means penalty.
All right, well...
Sorry, guys.
Inquiring minds want to know.
With no sound here, it looks like it's
Islanders
still 1-0.
Tampa Bay 0.
Yeah, and the Lightning are still on the power play.
So, all right.
Sucks for them.
Back to what we were talking about. Alistair Overeem, Andre Arlovski. Arlovski, former champion, 25-11. Alistair Overeem, 40-14. Who do you got?
Alistair Overeem.
What say you? Alistair Overeem. All right, I'm going to go with my heart, take Arlovski. Okay, so we go against each other a lot in this one. You got Tumanov, especially in the last 3 fights of the evening, we go against each other.
Oh, Giants have 1-0 at the top of the
second.
second.
The last 4 fights of the evening. We only go with each other in like one fight, dude.
Yeah.
Nikita Krylov.
That's why it's called shit picks. You're going to be like 3-1, and I'm going to be like 1-3.
So there's that. All right. So on to the next task at hand. Let's dip into the NFL.
Once upon a time, there was a draft, and no one cared. The end. No, I'm just kidding.
So
it took place in Chicago.
Did you know what do you have to say about Mark Sanchez going to the Denver Broncos?
Oh, that happened a while ago, didn't it? Mr. Butt Fumble trying to defend a title that Peyton Manning won. Good luck. Better hope that defense is still like half of what it was last season if they expect to get to the playoffs again.
I thought Mark Sanchez was like
Mr. Butt Fumble.
No, but who did he play? I thought he played for Philadelphia.
Yeah, just last season he actually did all right. The first couple of games he got.
So I thought he just got traded to Denver this season.
Yeah.
So what do you mean that happened a long time ago?
But there was this offseason. This happened like weeks ago, maybe a month and a half.
Okay, so we just never talked about it. Is that what
exactly?
Is that what's happening?
It's not that recent that he's been there. It's just I think they might have drafted a quarterback in the 3rd or 4th round.
Okay, so I'm going to talk at the expense of 2 things. I'm going to knock out a lot of things while focusing on just one thing. Colin Kaepernick wants so badly to be a free agent. Does not want to play for the 49ers. But there is no place like home for Colin Kaepernick because Colin Kaepernick really doesn't have any options. So we have 5 minutes left in this podcast. We're going to try and get to wrestling, and I know that we promised wrestling, but we nerded out on playoffs and such.
Well, actually, the wrestling's simple. AJ Styles was the shit. He did a flying forearm over the top rope to the outside, and him and Roman Reigns went through a table. And then Bret the Hitman Hart, he came out with Natalya, and they put Charlotte and Ric Flair in sharpshooters. Payback was the shit. Raw was pretty simple after that. Stephanie and Shane didn't really start arguing and give up the suspense that they were waiting for them to build up. Yeah, I kind of spoiled that one right out of the gate without even explaining it to you.
The Ambrose Asylum got canceled. There's so much stuff to talk about.
Jericho busting Timothy.
Okay, Bash.
Timothy,
okay,
Mitch.
I almost said Backlash again.
On Raw.
Payback. Enzo Amore got destroyed.
Concussion.
Vaudevillains.
Get better, Enzo.
Dude, there's too much stuff to talk about. We're not going to be able to talk about wrestling.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not going to be able to talk about wrestling.
Underground was the shit. Trios champions, Rey Mysterio.
There's too much
Prince
to talk
Puma,
about. Oh my God, dude. You're doing too much.
Just try and give it all to him at once.
No, there's too much to digest right there. That we're going to make people's brains explode. Let's go back to the NFL. Sanchez to the Denver Broncos. We already talked about that. I think the Denver Broncos are fucked. Colin Kaepernick wants to leave San Francisco.
Ain't gonna get it.
And that's because Jared Goff went to the Rams.
He sucks.
Christian Hackenberg went to the Jets.
Actually, I don't think
Cardale Jones went to the Bills.
Carson Wentz, the Eagles.
And so Colin Kaepernick can't do anything. And whatever happened to Nick Foles?
He's probably still on the Rams roster, and I don't know. They might have traded him for a draft pick. I heard a lot of fans.
No, Nick Foles wants. Never. He is still on your guys' roster.
And Case Keenum are the second.
But he's sitting there. I think Nick Foles wants to bounce.
From what I heard, Jared Goff, man, he's got a 14-23 record.
From what I understand, Nick Foles is probably the best option you guys have.
Actually, I thought he was too until I saw him play, and then I saw Case Keenum play last season. I'm a Rams fan. Case Keenum's just a little bit better. Sorry, I don't know what it is about Napoleon, but. The Rams ain't got much hope for themselves anyways. That's a two-way race between the Seahawks and the Cardinals in that division. And let's not go there. As Rams and Niners fans, we should not torture ourselves. From what I heard, the Jaguars had the best draft. Good for them. They might be in the playoffs after.
So, like I said, we're not going to be able to tackle wrestling. We'll try. We'll do whatever we can when we run out of time. But we're not going to run out of time.
Baseball.
Because the NL West, San Francisco Gigantes, are 14-13. The LA Dodgers are 13-13, and those are the
game ahead, or half a game.
Yep,
back.
but they just barely took the Giants are half a game ahead.
1-0 in the bottom of the second against the Reds right now.
Yep, and Chicago Cubs are 18-6, and the Pittsburgh
best
Pirates
team in baseball. Cubs.
Yeah, and the Chicago White Sox are 18-8, but we're not quite there yet.
They're the best team in the AL, I think, maybe the second.
They are the best team in the AL.
So we got two Chicago's
leading the Major League Baseball.
National and American Leagues. That's great.
Yep. Pittsburgh is 15-11. They're in the second place in the Central Division. The NL East, Washington is 18-7. They are actually the second best.
Yeah, I think Bryce Harper's been hitting a lot of home runs early in the
team in Major League Baseball. The New York Mets are 16-8.
The Mets, yeah.
So they're
Cess,
almost there.
Syndergaard still. Yeah, the door's awesome.
The American League West, the Texas Rangers are 15-11, and the Seattle Mariners are 14-11. So they're just as close as the Giants and the Dodgers of the NL West.
Well, yeah, the Mariners got King Felix and Robbie Cano.
The AL Central Chicago White Sox, we already talked about that, 18-8, and Detroit 14-10. The AL East goes Boston 15-10 and Baltimore 14-10. Hey, you guys, this has been one heck of a time. We didn't get into our wrestling, so I can't promise we're not going to talk about it in great detail. We might even do 3 podcasts, just one all wrestling, because there's just that much to talk about when it comes to wrestling.
And
we love you guys. Thanks for listening. This is
the
B2J the podcast. All things entertainment. See ya in a couple hours.
Or you'll hear
#B2J.